আজ থেকে 4 দশক আগে বিন্দেশ্বর পাঠক শুরু করেছিলেন ক্লিন ইন্ডিয়া গড়ার কাজ। তারই উদ্যোগে সমাজে শুরু হয়েছিল স্যানিটেশন মুভমেন্ট। সম্প্রতি তিনি ঘুরে গেলেন কলকাতায়। ব্যস্ত শিডিউলের মাঝে সামাজিক উন্নয়নে তার পরিচ্ছন্ন ভারত গড়ার পরিকল্পনার নানা দিক তিনি ব্যাখ্যা করলেন আমাদের প্রতিনিধিকে। গত পর্বে দেখেছেন সেই আলাপচারিতারই প্রথম অংশ। আজ দেখুন সেই আলাপচারিতার বাকি অংশ।
What is the basic motto of Sulabh with which it started?
Actually, it started with a view to restore the human rights and dignity of untouchables who used to clean bucket toilets, and in those days it carry on their head, and because of that they used to call untouchables. They had to face humiliation, insult and drudgery by the society. They did good jobs. Had not they clean toilets, people would have become ill and died. But society gave them this punishment, calling them all the time untouchables, untouchables, untouchables. So the movement started from there. Then it went on adding many things, one after another, like to stop defecation in the open. When I came on the scene, no house in rural areas had a toilet, and the women had to suffer the most. They had to go before sunrise or after sunset, and if they feel in between, oh, it's horrible. They have to face the problem. And sometimes in the evening or before morning also, they have to face the biting by the snakes, scorpions, animals, and rapes by humans, male people. So these are the suffering they have to face. Girls did not go to school because no school had a toilet. So they used to be discouraged to go to schools. Children used to die because of diarrhea, dehydration, hookworm, roundworm, epidemics also. And in the urban areas, I told earlier, the untouchables had to clean bucket toilets. No public toilets in the country. And if there were some what's the hell?
Horrible condition.
Horrible condition. So totally, the sanitation scenario in India was totally green when I came to see. Sulabh started adding one after another. Many things I will tell you later on.
So, how do you get the projects? I mean, do you identify and then take it forward, or you are being approached by various projects?
Actually, what happened, that I invented the technology, popularized the name of Sulabh toilets, Sulabh flush toilet. Had not I invented this technology, then there is no chance of ending the practice of manual cleaning of night soil by untouchables or stopping defecation in the open. So my invention has made a difference in the sanitation situation in India. So when I invented the technology, I gave to the government of Bihar in the very beginning. One officer was opposed to this idea, was engineer. He said, no, I don't agree with this design of Sulabh toilet. But other officer who was secretary of the department, he came to my rescue and he said, no, this is a new idea. Let it be implemented. And if it functions, then it will change the course of history of sanitation in India. Or we will stop it. So the government of Bihar for the first time accepted that this technology should be used to get converted the bucket toilets cleaned by untouchables. Now, the government of Bihar started giving some subsidy and loan to the beneficiaries for getting converted their bucket toilets. They gave money to municipalities first, and then to beneficiaries, both misused or diverted the money to other purposes. So then the government decided, why not we should appoint Sulabh as a catalytic agency to work among the government, local bodies and the beneficiaries. So in 1974, the government of Bihar appointed Sulabh. Then Sulabh people used to go house to house, motivate, educate, and if the beneficiaries is to agree, then fill up a form. Sulabh is to receive money on behalf of the beneficiaries and to get toilets built. And we should give guarantee for 5 years. Now we give guarantee for 2 years. Something goes wrong, it will rectify free of cost. So this is how Sulabh came in the whole movement of sanitation in India in the very beginning. And that continued. So now the government, local bodies or private sector agencies, they approach us. They ask us to implement the projects. So we prepare design and estimates. Then they are passed by the authorities concerned. They give us money and we implement. So the question you asked, that those who want to get implemented the projects, they approach us. We don't approach them.
That is the success.
That's not success, that is the way we work.
Exactly. So after so many years down the line, what are the guiding principles that drives you?
No, actually what happened, the whole idea of Sulabh is inspired by the philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi. Because Mahatma wanted clean India and also that untouchables should not be engaged in manual cleaning of night soil. Gandhi said, I want independence later on, clean India first. So that way, the whole philosophy started from there. Now, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he has also taken up this cause, what Gandhi took from his core of his heart, and the Honorable Present Prime Minister also, he has the same feeling. So now, the driving force behind is that we are serving the people, the humanity and mankind, and very beneficial there. We have changed the scenario of sanitation in this country. We have transformed the lives of untouchables. Earlier, they were not allowed to eat with upper caste people, Brahmins. Now they are allowed. So driving force is to serve the humanity and mankind.
So how does Sulabh stands out from the not-for-profit social organizations?
This is very difficult to answer this question. I cannot say anything about other NGOs, but I can tell you about Sulabh. That Sulabh, we have a vision, mission, commitment, capabilities and efficiency, blended with honesty, integrity, ethics and morality. And one mission, one life, one mission, what Vivekananda said. So because of these things, Sulabh is eroding the success in the program. People believe Sulabh because we have not misused a single farthing of any individual or any agency of the government or non-government. So therefore, Sulabh has been accepted throughout the country. So any NGO, if they do like this, they can be accepted. But by and large, I should not say my mouth. This is thing the Sulabh is stands out among all.
So how do you see India's social sectors maturing over the years?
No, what is important now, that earlier the government had funds for their charity and welfare programs. After that, the funds in the government started dwindling. no funds or less funds, you can say. Then Government of India has taken a very good step that they have persuaded the corporate sectors to contribute 2% of the profits for their welfare and charity work. So the social sector now, they have got money. We have about 57 companies which have profits of more than 5 crore. So if they contribute 2% of the profits, roughly it comes to about 20,000 crores rupees. If that amount is spent every year in social sector, certainly it is helping, it will help to change the situation of this country and people will be benefited. So it is increasing and people are taking interest. This is a good thing. Everybody is talking about their social sector, what to do, what not to do. And we have a section of human sufferings, like the untouchables, the widows, sex workers, then beggars, the lepers, disabled. So these are the people who need our help, and the society is coming forward now. I think it is increasing.
Going forward, how do you like to see Sulabh 3 years down the lane?
Actually, by 2019, the Prime Minister of India has set a target to end the practice of defecation in the open. And how many houses have no toilets? About 120 million houses have no toilets. So target is very huge, and that has to be done only in 3 years, because Prime Minister wants to end the practice by 2019 to pay tributes to Mahatma Gandhi. And therefore, Sulabh is also trying to contribute its efforts, its whatever initiative we can do, and we are trying now to train one person in one panchayat in the country. Now we have 676 districts, 5,924 blocks, 250,000 panchayats and 640,000 villages. Now we have 676 districts, 5,924 blocks and 250,000 panchayats and about 640,000 villages in the country. So if you train one motivator in one panchayat, it will be 250,000 motivators to work. One motivator with the help of 2 masons and 4 laborers can get constructed 20 toilets minimum in a month, 240 in a year and 720 in 3 years. If you multiply 250,000 to 720, it comes to 180 million. Your toilet need is 120 million. Even the work is done less, you will achieve the target. So we are okay on that direction, and we are to contribute ourselves to achieve the target of Prime Minister of India and to contribute in the rebuilding of the nation. So this is the 3 years program we have intensively, but we have many programs, not only one, this one, but intensively we want to do in 3 years to achieve the target, to fulfill the dreams of the Prime Minister of India.